So moving forward to sale number one. So several years ago, we got a call from one of our clients saying, Houston, we have a problem. And just like Apollo 13 was on a very important mission when they, left when they gave this cry for help, this company was also out to make a big difference in the landscape of India and financial services. It's not a small firm, 12,000 frontline employees. They were in over 250 cities in 30 regions. 6,000 dealer points, and their people spoke multiple languages. So clearly, big firm. But they didn't have one problem. As we spoke to them and discovered the root causes and the real issues, they had multiple problems. First, they had an attrition of over 45%. And in that, the experienced employees who were leaving for very small increments. Second, they had new employees who had low productivity at the end of even 3 months. And worse, if they did not earn any incentive, i.e. they were not productive, they had an 85% probability of quitting. And third, since they were in over 250 cities, obviously they were in the last mile geographies in India. And over there, we know that there is very little managerial talent that is available to be able to do any kind of coaching and handholding for any new joiners. So, we were given the mandate that, you need to be able to improve the situation. But if you don't know where you're going, any road will lead you there. So the first thing that we did was look at data to be able to establish a measurable goal. And the goal for our intervention was that the percentage of new employees who were productive 3 months after joining should be 70%. Now you may ask, why 70%? What's so sacrosanct about that? That's because on an average, their vintaged employees at any given point of time, 70 to 75% of them were productive. And our mandate was that, 3 months is enough time that you should be producing employees which are have the same kind of productivity as vintage employees. So we stepped back and we said, let's look at what can be an innovative way of dealing with this. And we set up something called the Guru community, inspired by, all these various communities like the Apple and the Microsoft communities, except that we made it a phygital community. A little bit about the community before we move to how we maximized ROI. First, we made sure that the heart of the intervention was that deep L&D passion of making pride matter more than money for high performers. That's great intention. How do you then bite-size it and bring it into real life as an OD intervention? The first component of that intervention was bonding, and therefore every year we used to have a Guru Community Day. In fact, 2 of them, we used to call them GCD, and we created digital groups for ongoing communication and bonding between these high-performing team members. The second component, obviously, is vitamin M or financial reward. The third component is actually even more important, which is recognition. Every regional team that met the goal, and I'll shortly share with you what was the goal of each of the region gurus, individual high-performing gurus, they were given a lot of exposure and had plenty of interactions with as high as regional managers. And last was growth potential. It was these gurus, the people who were high performers and a community of high performers, who were clearly told that they are the potential talent pool for the managerial band. So that was the intervention. And so, that was the whole package of what that community stood for. And what was this